What is the big deal if a couple wants to get married in a men's bathroom? Here's why this matters. Marriage is not a joke. Marriage is God's design. Marriage is a holy reflection of His glorious image. We cannot alter His design simply because we don't like it, and we should esteem marriage as highly as God does. Exchanging your vows next to trash cans and urinals, I believe, takes a serious and somber covenant exchanging ceremony down to the bottom.
From Living Word Church, you're listening to the Living the Word podcast, encouraging you to walk steadfastly in your Christian faith.
When young couples dream about their wedding, one of the things that they dream about is the venue. What kind of place will host the ceremony? Will the wedding be outdoors amongst beautiful oak trees, or will it be inside of a beautiful sanctuary of a church? There are so many details that couples think about when it comes to planning the perfect ceremony. The location that a couple chooses to exchange their vows is one way for them to demonstrate how much value they place on the marriage they are about to commit to. This is all for good reason, because marriage is a big deal, because marriage is a sacred reflection of God's image and is His good design for human flourishing. A story that came across the news outlets last week is almost too bizarre to believe, but it is in fact a true story. A couple from Kentucky, Logan Abney and Tiana Allistock, got married. Just like every other couple, I am sure, they talked about where they wanted to exchange their vows. At some point in their discussions, the idea was bounced around for them to host their wedding ceremony in the men's bathroom of the gas station where Tiana works. According to the news reports, Tiana's co-workers joked about her having the ceremony in the men's bathroom of the gas station. Apparently, the chain of gas stations that Tiana works for, Hop Shops, are known for having a disco ball in their bathrooms. If you press a button in the bathroom, the lights go dim and the disco ball goes on and music begins to play. Tiana told the local Fox News station that she, quote, wanted something a little different. I just didn't want to get married in a typical chapel or, go to the church. I wanted something fun to tell my kids, a good experience. So, Logan and Tiana got married in the men's bathroom of their local Hop Shops gas station. Hop Shops produced a media release about the event. This is what they said about the one-of-a-kind wedding ceremony. Quote, the ambiance was nothing short of magical. Vibrant colors adorned the venue, complemented by the mesmerizing reflections from glittering disco balls hanging from the ceiling. As the pulsating beat filled the air, anticipation mounted for the arrival of the bride and groom. The release concludes with this very telling statement, quote, by embracing the unconventional, they set an example for couples everywhere to celebrate love in their own unique way, free from societal norms and expectations. Those are very telling words. This story reflects, in a very disturbing way, how far people will go to push back against what they see as pressure to conform to standards or expectations placed on them. So why does this matter from a biblical worldview? What is the big deal if a couple wants to get married in a men's bathroom? Here's why I think it matters. There doesn't seem to be anything sacred anymore in our society at large. Yes, there are many in our country who worship God and faithfully attend church with the family of God to worship Him from week to week. But from a general perspective, the primary building blocks that our Creator has put in place for our good and for His glory are continually being redefined and treated as common. How God has created all of humanity as either male or female is being treated as a fluid reality instead of the binary reality that shapes our very identity as a man or as a woman. And in the same way, the institution of marriage is another creation of God that human beings regularly treat as common and subject to alteration according to one's own desires. Here's why this matters. Marriage is not a joke. Marriage is God's design. Marriage is a holy reflection of His glorious image. We cannot alter His design simply because we don't like it. And we should esteem marriage as highly as God does. Exchanging your vows next to trash cans and urinals, I believe, takes the serious and somber covenant exchanging ceremony down to the bottom, down to the base level of human thinking. It takes a ceremony that should be walked into with the most beautiful and serious of attitudes and turns it into a joke. It turns it into a sideshow. This story is shocking, and honestly, it's not. We probably shouldn't be shocked anymore when people in our world do not treat as holy the things that God calls holy. This is nothing new, and this won't be the last time we have another couple choose to get married in a ridiculous way. After all, our culture loves to celebrate when people throw off societal norms or cultural expectations, because we want to make our own rules. We want to do things our own way. We don't want anyone or any set of rules to confine us to an archaic perspective. We want to blaze our own trail and define reality any way we choose, even if that means getting married in a place that is reserved for uncleanness. So is it shocking at all that our country would produce a story like this? Absolutely not. This is now par for the course. So, when the culture around us regards lightly what God has called sacred, may we as Christians continue to hold in high honor what He regards as holy.
Thank you so much for listening to this episode. If you would like to submit a potential question, a topic, or an idea for a future episode, or learn more about the Living the Word podcast, you can visit us at livingwordhoma.com. We would like to say thanks to all of you who subscribed, shared episodes, and left reviews. Living the Word podcast is a production of Living Word Church in Houma, Louisiana, under the leadership of Pastor Ben Buffkin. Our prayer is that you will remain faithful to living the Word.